This is my first podcast. Don't worry, I'll get a close-up later. I'm nervous. It's just interesting to see from a guy's perspective because I really never like. I don't know what goes on.
There's so many different types.
You've both dated before you came to Japan, right?
Yeah.
Have you learned about the game? Do you think you've got it more unlocked now when it comes to dating Japanese women? And what have you learned that's changed your approach to dating in Japan from before?
I feel like people have a very sort of Hollywood idea of like what dating should be, especially for guys. Like guys will go, I've got to sweep her off her feet, I've got to take her to dinner, I've got to like show her that I'm like this type of guy. But in actual fact, like the first thing you should do is like get to know this person. So I'm a proponent of like the coffee date. Take a lady to a cafe and sit her down and to be like, let's talk about like, who are you? Who am I? What are we doing here? I've brought this idea up with women before, and some go, that's a great idea, and then some go, that's cheap. I don't want to go to a cafe, and I go, fantastic. You're not the person I want to be dating.
Right.
Because from then you understand, like if a person's like, oh, I want to be taken to dinner and swept off my feet, I'm like, but I don't know you. This will happen. Eventually, I will do the sweeping. Your feet will be not touching the ground any longer. But generally, I need to know who you are first. Like before I start like throwing down money. Not even that. Before I start investing like lots of time. Got to like go to a cafe and get to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's just casual dating stuff. I know that's how it is now. It changed from like when I was younger and just not understanding what dates were and being like, let's go to dinner.
Yeah, that's true. Like even here, I was like, what do I do? Right? Like it's like no, because on the one hand, it's like I had at the time enough Japanese where like I wasn't gonna be like, I don't know what's going on, right? But even then it's like, okay, I'm in this place where like I am completely out of my element. So it's like, what is considered to be a good place to go like by women here, right?
Yes.
Back home, like I can, I have some kind of like cultural awareness of what is what, right? But now I'm here and I'm like, I have no idea where to even begin.
Yeah.
Like, is going to karaoke good? Is going to a movie? So like maybe who knows, right? Like I don't know. So from then to now, it's definitely I employ the same tactic of
the cafe.
Yeah.
It's flawless.
Because there's no stakes at that point, right? Like if this date crashes and burns, I'm walking home from the cafe. Like that's the worst situation, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm at like a movie, it's like now I've spent money to watch a movie that maybe I don't even understand because the language is not what I speak, or or I've gone to an expensive restaurant and now I'm on the hook for like a
big
Ichiban
someone bill.
Yeah,
like, I don't
really shit.
Telling my friend, he goes, Jordan, you date a lot, and I go, I do. He's like, you date really well, man. I do. He's like, what do I do? How do I date? And I go to him, take a lady to a cafe, get to know her. If the cafe works well, get her a mochikari order, get a little takeaway order, maybe go for a walk in the park, if that's working well. Getting a bit hungry, maybe go for lunch, go for dinner. The dates can continue as long as it needs to. Then eventually you're like, it's 9 o'clock, I've had a wonderful date, get home safely, I'll get home safely, see you next time. And that's a good date. But for some reason, I told him and he goes, I'll just go to dinner. And I'm like, you're not listening to me, sir. Like, I get what you're saying, you want to skip to the dinner part, but you can't skip to the dinner part. So he's at dinner, and he goes, it's awkward. Because she said she could speak English, and she couldn't. And he couldn't speak Japanese enough to have a conversation. So the entire conversation went, watashi wa pan ga suki de? I like bread. And now, do you like bread? Because they couldn't have a normal conversation, and thus the whole like thing sort of like slowly broke down. It was so awkward. And he's like, what do I do? And I'm like, you done fucked up.
Right?
If you went to Starbucks like I told you to, or at least a stylish cafe, a fucking kisaten, at least you then could have been like, this girl's done lied to me. Here's 500 yen for the coffee. I can go home safely. You know what I mean? Like,
cut it off. I think that's good advice for the guys. Like, take it slowly. And plus, you're foreigner guys, so I think it's a different ball game. Compared to Japanese guys. Like, I kind of expect a different thing for Japanese guys. But I think to play it safe and do the coffee and then extend. I've had that approach myself, and I don't mind it so much. I do like a good meal. But then I have to be confident you know, enough to have conversation or enough to feel comfortable eating in front of this person. But yeah,
I love an expensive meal. Like, who doesn't like an expensive meal?
But I do feel sorry for the guys because it is more time expected from you. I mean, when has the girl ever paid?
Dutch is the most I've ever got.
Dutch.
I've had a girl pay for me, but I've dated pretty like older, rich women as well.
Oops.
I've had a woman take me to a very expensive steak. I've had insane dates. I could start my own channel about the crazy dates I've had.
You probably could.
I wouldn't, but I could.
Oh, okay.
It'd be crazy.
Oh.
Some of these stories I literally can't tell you.
No, give us a little bit of juice, guys. We need to hear a guy's perspective.
I dated a woman who had many tattoos. Let's leave it there. If you catch my drift.
Oh.
He is called my drift.
I know exactly.
Did you get into trouble?
No, I'm good.
Oh my god.
But
so far.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I'm gonna caption it what he really means, guys. That is coded. I know this may sound weird. I've had guys that have lived like in Tokyo and they've wanted me to go to them and I'm like, no, you come here, and it's like a power battle of firstly, where are we gonna go? And then like the distance between us. Some people have wanted to meet halfway and some people have wanted me to go to them.
Oh, if they want you to go to them, they're looking for the sex. Come to my area.
Yeah.
Oh no, you've missed the last train.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what my house is.
That's the game, isn't it?
Just over there.
Right. Is it true with females as well, like the last train thing?
Kind of, a little bit. Depending on how sort of confident the female is that you're dating. Generally, I want to be halfway. I don't ask like what station do you live at, but I'm like, where around are you living? I live around here, and then we can find like a middle ground to like hang out and date at.
Interesting.
Any guys doing anything else they're fucking around.
Yeah.
It's not so much like meeting in the middle, but it's like meeting on somewhere that's neutral ground. There's a time where I was spending a lot of my time in love hotels.
Oh!
Yeah.
You heard it here.
It's because there's no pressure at that point, right? If you're at a love hotel, you know that at any time you just say, I'm gonna fuck off and go home.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas if you're at someone's house and you have an issue, now it's like, okay, I'm at this person's house, we have an issue, now I need to get the hell out and get to a train station and get home somehow, right? I personally don't want to put myself in that situation.
Oh god, I get it, yeah.
So meeting somewhere like that here is just so much easier. Even the girl too, like if she's like, okay, this is not doing it for me, like I'm gonna peace the fuck out.
Yeah.
She can just do it, right?
Yeah.
And you go, okay.
Do you get judged for the price that you pay for hotels, love hotels? I've always wondered that because there's different prices that you can get.
You're going to a love hotel to fuck. If I'm dating someone and they're like, oh, we're just going to a love hotel, and it's like the first time we're like going to a love hotel, and they're like, I want to go to like the most expensive in the love hotel. My question is, why? Are we gonna make use of every like space of that love hotel?
Yeah.
No, we're gonna shower and we're gonna fuck. Like,
right.
Why are we? Stop it. What are we doing here, honestly? But if you have to go to a love hotel, just get whatever room's available.
Yeah.
Like, stop being weird about
Honestly,
it.
I think that typically is what goes down because you get there and it's like, there's one room open. It's like, that's the one for me.
That'll do.
Or we're like, oh, there's two rooms. One is $200 and one is 30. Cleanliness level is the same.
Right.
It's like you're just paying for more size. Or like maybe, oh, this one has a massage chair that we're not gonna use. Like it's like the first time we're fucking as well. And for some reason we're doing it in a love hotel. Imagine getting like the swankiest, biggest love hotel room there is, and it being like, oh, we do not like match. Like the sex is not
such a waste, isn't it?
What a waste!
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
I get it.
My
I was just
$200 wank.
Like,
literally.
Waste. I learned from senpais because senpais will say to me, like, if you go to a love hotel, get whatever room is available and get the cheapest room you can get.
Have you done it in other places besides a hotel?
What do you mean? Like my house? Yeah.
No. That's not what I'm asking. Like other public spaces or places you wouldn't usually in the Western world, guys. We're a bit more, experimental,
liberal, open,
a little bit liberal, a little bit open, yeah. But here, it's like you've got no space to do anything. Everyone's watching you anyway. It's like no space alone.
I think that's the thing. Even if you have that fetish, you want to be like, you want to fuck outside or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty difficult just because of how open everything is.
Yeah,
in Japan. Like, there's always someone.
overcrowded.
Yeah,
right.
There's always someone walking around.
Right. Haven't you never? Nothing?
I mean, I have. I fucked in a car and such, but like you can't really. That's normal. It was young. It was Alexis. How could I say no?
Oh, all right.
She was cool.
But I mean, like that's the thing, right? Like if you go to a park. Like, you're rolling the dice. Because
you are rolling them dice, boy.
Because if you get caught, you are immediately considered to be like a sex offender. Because it's an area where children
hang out. Yeah, like straight away.
Ew, yeah.
So it's like, how badly do I want to be a sex offender?
Yeah, not at all.
Probably 0%.
No matter what time it is as well.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They're not going, well, the kids are asleep at 2 a.m. Like, there's glue on the ground, sex offender.
Wow.
Prison. That's it.
Someone tried to like touch me in like a temple area, and I was like, what is wrong with you?
In a temple where
these are your
God's
people?
watching?
In the grounds of the temple, yeah, and he tries to get me up against the wall and do stuff.
Don't mean a fucking temple! Nah, you're mad. God's right there.
And I was like, okay, I'm
gonna
gonna
go. As long as you in that square, that's a no zone.
Right? Disrespect.
Putting hands with like significant other walking to the temple, I'm like, get your hand off me. God's watching.
Wash it in the thing.
Yeah, I'm like,
don't touch me again.
Fuck you doing, man? I'm a good, which religion? Shinto? I'm a good Shinto boy. Don't touch me. Buddhist temple. I'm a good Buddhist man. Don't touch me. Come on, man.
Like a cheeky, I'm sorry, but like a little cheeky, you know, like smack of the ass or
making out or whatever.
yeah, or something like
that's whatever.
Yeah,
have you done that in public before?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is, in Japan, it's kind of seen as like they don't want to it's like no PDA. There's no public displays of affection in Japan.
Yeah.
It's like we don't want to see it, don't do it. Like,
Yeah.
People are very shy towards it.
Yeah.
But depending on how your partner feels about it, it's
right.
It varies. Like some like it's fine, little hug to say goodbye, a little peck on the cheek is fine. But like I know some couples who are like the most we will do is we're gonna hold hands in public, show that we're dating, and hold hands like this.
Just a bit.
Well, no, don't. What the fuck you doing? Fuck away from
Are
me.
there any experiences that you've had that have been negative?
I think I've spoken a lot about this on like the Tokyo Fresh podcast, but you will have a lot of negative experience dating in Japan. Like no matter who you are, if you're black, if you're brown, if you're white, if you're black, whatever, you're gonna have some negative experiences, and I feel like a lot of them, most of them always come down to like people stereotyping you as a certain type of person. I was on a date, and the first question they asked was like, "Oh, Jordan, who's your favorite rapper?" And I was like, But like, who's your favorite rapper? Like, what do you mean? You know, your favorite rapper? I don't think I have one. The next question. Like, oh, forgive me. Who's your favorite basketball player? I don't even like basketball.
Not even, do you like this?
No,
Who's your favourite?
I already know you like it.
She was like, in my mind, I've already checked off these boxes that you like basketball, you're enamored by fried chicken, and your hair definitely looks good in cane rolls. The next question. It was like so racist. It was like, well, what can I do? You're brazen with racism. There's always going to be like weird dates in Japan.
Yeah, there's a lot of education to be done here and exposure.
A lot of lying, which is fun as well. Saying they speak more, especially if you don't speak English.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Right? If you don't speak Japanese and you're dating, you're like dating apps. A lot of people are using like translator apps.
Yeah.
And some of them are really good where you can't tell that it's a translator app. So when you meet the person, you're fucked. Because they don't speak like any English.
Shit, I'd take the cafe approach all the time.
Happen,
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah,
where someone is sending me messages and like we're talking back and forth in Japanese, and you know I'll like ask them a question because like their profile says, yeah, I speak English, right? Yeah. But like, yeah, I speak English. Okay, is that self-assessed? Are you taking TOEIC? Like what's your deal?
How can you gauge it? Yeah.
So when you show up to the date and you're like, hi, I'm this person, and then that's where English ends. You're like, fuck.
I had that. I was messaging a girl like, from her opening message to us like just before we met up at the station, entirely in English. And then we met. She's like, hi, I'm name. It's like, Jordan? And I was like, does my girl not know how to say, are you Jordan? I'm like, yeah, I'm Jordan, what's up? She's like,
Oh no!
She hit me with the. I was like, oh, this girl does not speak. It's at that stage I was like, thank fuck I speak Japanese, because this would have been a bloody hassle, honestly.
Yeah. Saved yourself.
Of course, did the studying. I saved myself.
My
lucky
gosh.
for you and me, I speak the language, but I wasn't prepared to speak the language all day that day, so I was like, I should have slept more.
It must be tiring, to be fair.
This was years ago though. So
okay.
Now it's like whatever. But
I've never been more tired than when I speak Japanese for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know why, but it is super mentally taxing.
Oh yeah.
Because not only are you having to pay attention to what they're saying, you're having to like think about what you need to answer back and like take all that information in. And you know, if your native language is English, you don't think about it. You just right. But with Japanese, it's like I have to 100% pay attention. Otherwise, I'm gonna be the one going,
Have you ever been like, oh fuck this, I'm going back to foreigners because it's just easier? Or No, never had that moment.
Here, no.
No.
Oh God, are we that bad?
Nah, it's
Just kidding.
I think it's a case of there were just more Japanese people here
Yeah.
in Japan.
Are you dating Japanese
Oh yeah,
girl?
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't want to get you in hot water with the
Yeah.
girlfriends.
It's cool. It's cool. It's just
Okay.
cool. No worries.
Okay.
Nah, it's a case of if I decide like in Japan, I'm gonna date. Fuck it. I'm gonna date some foreigners. Like I've made the game so much harder for myself. Like I'm not on apps or like trying to date people and saying I'm only dating Japanese people. I'm dating anyone who's interesting.
Right.
If you're interesting, I'm down for it. I'm cool
Right.
with it. But because there was more Japanese people here, you're
Yeah,
just gonna
naturally.
date-
Of
yeah.
course, naturally. Yeah.
I think before I came to Japan, I dated one Japanese person, like in my entire life.
Oh, before you came here, I dated zero.
Japan fucked up my statistics, bro.
Same here.
Messed up my whole portfolio.
Yay. How about you? Did you date anyone that was Japanese before coming here?
Yeah.
One, right?
I've only ever dated Japanese people.
Oh!
In Canada!
Oh,
Fuck yeah, bro.
okay. He's deep in that sauce.
Oh, because he has like
Yeah, because I've had like long relationships. Like
Aw.
the girl that I was dating in Canada, we were together for like 7 years.
He married. What the hell is that? It's
Yeah.
long, isn't
my
it?
man doesn't play games.
This is now what, a year?
A year?
And a bit.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm out here living a single freaking life. I'm tired. But you know
luck.
what? Oh God, I'm still dealing with my ex, so that's another story for another day. But yeah, thank you. I'm gonna need it. But it's been fun talking with you guys. Thank you for answering my random questions. And if hopefully I'll see these guys again, we can do a part 2 or
for
something.
sure.
And
Yeah.
100%.
yeah, let's dish the dirt. Do you want to tell them about the podcast?
We run a podcast called the Tokyo Fresh Podcast. You can find it on literally probably everything. Spotify, Apple Music. If it plays audio, it's there.
It's there. 100%.
Fantastic. So I'll put that in the links down below. So please check them out. And I will be doing an interview with them. So yeah, have a listen, support them, follow them, and say, Corny sent me here and I love you too. So yeah, please remember to subscribe, of course, join the community, and join me on Instagram as well, because that's like a second channel there.
Piece it up.
Wow, he says it with the accent and everything.
You have
And
to
I'm
say the accent.
No!
You have
I'm so
to.
British. No, Faito,
Faito,
Gamate,
Gamate,
peace
peace
and
and
love.
Gotta do it with the accent. Bye.
Bye guys.